There could be a draft out of nowhere.
Hell, in the video game, I put it after WrestleMania, so we could get. But yeah, let's get off of that before I start getting, before my blood pressure starts going up. Yeah.
Has it yet?
We should do this again. A lot more.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Tiger Talks Wrestling. I'm your host, Tony, joined, as usual, by my co-host, Fergus the Bloody Scott. John, welcome in, man.
How's it going today?
Going pretty well. Unfortunately, we're without one person, though, who's MIA.
That's what happens when when the White Sox beat his Yankees.
That's true, although the Yankees did beat the Cubbies 2-0 today. Oh, maybe I shouldn't mention that with a certain someone there. Oh.
She's upstairs. It's okay.
All right. Before we get into our predictions, though, I do want to say thank you to Mr. Awesome for that intro that you guys seen at the beginning of the show. I do have an outro I'm going to try to play at the end of the show as well that he created for me a couple days ago. Some new stuff we're trying to implement here at Tiger Talks Wrestling. So thank him for that. But also, not only that, some pretty big things happening for a couple guys that are friends of the show that have been on the show a few different times. A guy by the name of Cage in Backyard Wrestling / Fuego del Sol, he was known for a long time. KJ Orso has a tryout with WWE this weekend while they're in Minneapolis. So congrats to him on getting that. Hope for big things for him. Hopefully he gets signed to Evolve or wherever and gets things going for him.
Future champion. Future champion, 100%.
Oh, yes, I agree. There's a lot of other big names, of course, that we're getting tryouts this weekend. Rich Holiday is one name from the indie circuit. That's a big name. He's getting a tryout, I know, this weekend as well. So a lot of guys and girls that could be future stars in WWE getting tryouts in Minneapolis this weekend. But not only that, I also have to bring up a huge congratulations to another friend of the show that's been on here several times. It's been a while. Jason Hotch. Jason Page, as he was known, as we've had him on here before. Last night on TNA, Thursday Night Impact, winning the TNA International Championship from Mustafa Ali in a great match that those two men had. So congrats to him on that big victory and his first singles title in TNA. John's raising a glass to you. Oh. So. Good to see good things happening to good guys that we've had on the show before anyways. So always happy to see that. So before we get into this as well, I do want to ask you, John, I wasn't watching it, but I've seen the clips. I've seen social media, all over social media, that a certain tag team debuted on Collision last night, live in Detroit. I think they happen to be a team from the Motor City.
I believe too, but I don't remember if they happened to bring the machine guns with them. because I think they're kind of outlawed right now. But it's always good to have the machine guns in Motor City, though.
Yes. It was nice to see. Like I said, wasn't watching it live because I was at work for part of the show when it first started, and then after I got home, I turned on TNA, not AEW. But I did see that the machine gun showed up at the beginning of the show, and then they also made a run in to make a save at the end of the show, or towards the end of the show. Should be big things for Shelley and Sabin over there in AEW, as long as Tony Khan knows how to use them correctly and not bury them like he does some of the other tag teams that get lost in the shuffle over there.
Well, so what's the biggest pay-per-view for AEW?
All In.
When's that?
In London coming up.
So if they have a tag title match and win the titles, they might not have to win get the titles at that event, but they'll be the first tag team to have tag titles in all the major promotions on the biggest pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's not going to happen on their first pay-per-view there.
Oh, I know.
Because they already have the Young Bucks versus Cajun Cope scheduled for All In London on August 30th.
Yeah, but we got a whole month. Something could happen.
You're right. It could, but
could turn into a triple threat tag.
Who knows? Maybe. Could be a fatal four-way because there could be another tag team heading to AEW sooner rather than later as well. So,
right. But you want to know what's been really good lately? Because I've been watching a lot more recently is AAA. Their shows on Saturday nights. Oh my goodness. The storylines are amazing. And with Ray in charge right now, it's getting even better.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I can't say I've been watching, but seen little clips here and there. But I do know that Dom's now aligned with Omos there.
Mm-hmm.
As he turned his back on
El Rodrigo?
Americano. Yes. Let's put it that way. Done. All right, we got those out the way. Anything else that you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
Now, there's a lot of guys and gals that are free agents now that had gotten released earlier. We'll see what happens. All right. Oh, yes, Club WD is officially open up today. If anybody's got that. I signed up for it, but I didn't actually ahead of time, but I didn't actually pay for it, so I don't have Club WD.
Same. I signed up for it, but I didn't pay for it.
It's just something I'm warming for. Yeah. All right. Anybody who joins us in the comment section, if you want to give us your predictions on any of these matches, feel free to do so as well. Other than that, we're going to dive in to our SummerSlam Saturday prediction show. Predictions here. And so I did notice, at least on Raw, I don't know if they will tonight on SmackDown, but in anything I've seen, they haven't said anything about the first hour of SummerSlam either night being live on ESPN or ESPN2. So it seems like the whole show will be just on ESPN Plus or ESPN app anyways for us and Netflix nationwide otherwise.
Right.
So that, of course, both shows, Saturday and Sunday, the pre-shows start at 3 p.m. Eastern time and the main shows start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. The first match we're going to discuss is a match I feel like should main event the show, but I have a feeling we'll probably kick off the show tomorrow night. That being Hell in a Cell. Match number 3 between the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, and the Ruler, the King of the Ring, Obafemi. Before we get into this too much, John, what is your take on this whole storyline leading up to this match? The fact that Obafemi gave up his guaranteed title shot at SummerSlam from winning the King of the Ring just to get this Hell in a Cell match with Brock Lesnar.
I think it's bullshit because they could have done the Hell in a Cell night 1, and then he could have had his title match night 2. I mean, it's a 2-night event. Take advantage of it. But it's like if this was the whole way, the whole storyline they were going to go for, why even put Oba in the King of the Ring? Why even set it? Because you could have had someone else getting this title shot that deserves it. I'm not saying Oba doesn't, but just to throw away a title shot that you earned going through the King of the Ring makes no sense.
Yeah, honestly, when you look at it and look at the 2 title matches, which we'll dive into later, they really should have had Seth Rollins more than likely. It's the only option you got there. They should have had Seth Rollins actually walk out as the King of the Ring instead of Obafemi winning the King of the Ring.
Agreed.
But anyway, here we are with this instead. There was rumors at one point in time of this being Brock Lesnar's retirement show, but from what I'm hearing the last couple days, they don't expect this to be his last match. He is expected to be going further. However, this should be the last match between these 2 men. You got to take into consideration that this is Obafemi's first time ever inside Hell in a Cell. His first time ever inside a cage, I believe. I might be wrong, but I don't think he even had a steel cage match down in NXT.
I don't think he did either.
So this is his first time in a cage of any sort. And then this is only Brock Lesnar's 3rd Hell in a Cell match. But the other 2, he defeated the master of the Hell in a Cell, the creator of the Hell in a Cell, if you will, the Phenom, the Undertaker, in both of those matches. So, but one thing I will mention as well from that, the build up to this match, Paul Heyman keeps bringing up the streak and how Brock Lesnar ended the Undertaker's undefeated streak, but yet how this streak could not be ended. To me, I almost feel like it's a little foreshadowing, but maybe I'm just reaching at straws here. I don't know. That's just my thinking, though.
Right.
Still going to be a great match between these 2. Who do you think walks out of Hell in a Cell with the victory?
Let me get my crowd voice ready. Oba, Oba, Oba. Who?
Oh. Well, that makes 2 of us because I got Obafemi walking out with. Go ahead.
I can't turn my back on Oba all the way.
Yes, I'd agree with that. So let's play a little devil's advocate here because I've seen the rumors. I've seen people kind of like fantasy book or whatever. Do you think there's a possibility of Paul Heyman turning on Brock Lesnar and aligning with Obafemi to lead to Obafemi winning this match inside Hell in a Cell?
I'm going to be honest. Never considered it. Never thought about it. But now that you bring it up, that'd be great storytelling. And there's one thing that when Paul Heyman is in the picture, there's always great storytelling around it. And let me tell you, when you bring that up,
Sure.
That's not a rumor. That's a spoiler. So I expect something like that to happen.
It's possible. I mean, like I said, I've seen people saying perhaps it could happen, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see what exactly goes down. But yes, like I said, I agree with you 100%. I've got Obafemi, the ruler, the king of the ring, walking out victorious here because I just don't see what the point would be really of having Brock Lesnar beat Obafemi here. He's from what I hear, he's been very hands-on with Oba backstage. He sat down and talked to him about a lot of wrestling, about the wrestling business, and Brock sees something big in Obafemi. So what better way than for Brock to put over Oba inside Hell in a Cell to boost his career even more?
Well, the only way I could see Brock winning this match is if they're gonna keep Brock around till Mania, have his last match be at Mania, and at that time say Oba's champion, have title versus career. Like, I beat you 2 out of 3. I'm taking that title. But then Oba throws down, if you can't take the title, you're done. And I can see that as a WrestleMania when you have those 2 big behemoths. And that would make for epic storytelling. Yes, it's going to be branched out a little bit, but the end would be amazing. But that's the only way Brock should get the win here.
I'd agree. All right. Well, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go the other way. Predictions for night 2 yet. I will. Where is the match I'm looking for? There it is. All right. So that's the Hell in a Cell match, which, like I said, I could see starting off the show, even though I even said it on here already, that match, in my opinion, should be the main event of SummerSlam Saturday, but I'm sure it won't be because the title match, I'm sure, will be. Before I get into the next match, though, what do you think of the fact that, from what's being reported, SummerSlam Saturday has more tickets sold than what SummerSlam Sunday does as of right now?
Well, based on the
cards, do you think?
Based on the card, I think that makes sense because, in my opinion, out of the lineups, there's more must-see matches on night 1. I mean, you got the Hell in the Cell match. You got the title match. I mean, I know I'm not everybody, but I'm looking forward to seeing Fallon Henley beat the crap out of the Bells and Paige, in that 6-woman match. What else is night 1? Because I'm running.
Aldis and Gunther, Io and Liv, in the 6-man tag.
Yeah, I mean, there's better storylines for the most part, night 1. And storylines,
yeah, that's true,
is what get people interested. And if people are interested, you're going to have more ticket sales.
Now, do you think it's mainly the match card is the reason why people are more so flocking to Saturday? Or do you think it's the fact that people are going to have to get up? I don't see, some people are asking it, but I don't see why it would be that people have to get up earlier on a Monday to get ready for work, so they're not wanting to go to Sunday as much. Because, I mean, the shows have been over earlier now that they're starting at 6 o'clock, so it don't seem like that would be the fact, but...
I don't see that would be the issue because most people even when pay-per-views are just one nights on Sundays, people would take them next day off because when you got your bundled tickets, you had the tickets for SmackDown, the pay-per-view, and the Raw afterwards. Right. So I mean, I don't understand the complaining. And if you couldn't get it off, you're gonna call them anyways. What's the point? Go out and have a good time. I mean, I gotta get up at 4 in the morning the next. I mean, well, technically, I get up at 2:30 in the morning the next day and be at work at 4. Both days, because I got to work Sunday and Monday.
Ouch!
But I'm still gonna stay up and enjoy myself.
Right. Sometimes we just do what we got to do.
Yeah, that's what energy drinks are for.
I always say, yeah. I'm sure. I don't use them, but
I do them. I do very rarely.
So what's the big deal? Huh? That's good. All right. Now to get into that next match, one of them that I mentioned there that you couldn't think of. We got the 6-man tag team match. As you got the Bloodline, main event Jey Uso, Yeet, Big Jimmy Uso, and of course the Samoan Werewolf himself, Jacob Fatu, going up against the Strange team, if that's the word you want to use it. I don't know what word exactly to use there, but the odd tandem of Royce Keys, Solo Sikoa, and you ready for it? L.A. Knight. Good job. So the build up to this one's been interesting. Jay wasn't involved in a couple weeks because of the whole divorce situation and the scandal with the whole cheating with Jada Parker and all that BS that's out there right now, pretty much. Jimmy and Jacob, I felt like did a good job trying to build up this rivalry, though, in the 2 weeks that Jay was gone. LA Knight playing the whole paranoia act, I guess, technically. It's very valid because, I mean, look at what he went through with the Bloodline, the first version, the first time around. Right. Can you really trust Solo Sikoa, though?
Okay, hold up.
History with
hold up. If you do not disrespect his name, that is not Solo Sikoa. That is Solo Dolo Sikoa.
That is true. That's what he's been calling himself lately. Solo Dolo Sikoa. He's definitely come into his own since turning babyface, I guess, technically. Since Tama and Tala left him and he's been on his own, we've definitely seen a different side of Solo here. He's been working, trying to get Royce Keys into his family. I guess kind of in a way it's worked out now for him. I mean, so one thing take into effect here, or take into consideration, three of these 6 guys were in a 6-man tag team match at WrestleMania, but as teammates, and they're against each other now, that being, of course, the Usos and LA Knight. They were victorious at WrestleMania. But now here we are a few months later, and they're facing each other because of the whole Bloodline being back together. What do you think of the build up to this match and where we're heading with this match?
I mean, the way I see it, there's only 2 different ways it could go. I like the build up. It could be better, but with Jay gone, you had to rely on 2 people that aren't as charismatic in ways as Jey Uso, but they still did a good job. But for me, because I don't know if you would call him a baby face right now, because I still feel like Solo's a heel, but he has that whole babyface aura going on. And let me tell you, I have never been this big of a fan of Solo Sikoa as I am now. Solo Dolo is like hitting every single spot. But but as to which way this match is gonna go, it's like it's either one or the other. It's not. It could both happen. It's just gonna be how they play it out and how they direct how they want this match to go. And I'm gonna let you choose first.
That is fine. So I feel like this is going to be a wild match, wild 6-man tag between these guys. Everybody's going to get their spots in. We'll probably see finishers galore. In the end, though, I feel like I don't know if there's going to be a turn. I don't really think that's going to happen, but I'm going to go with the Bloodline, the Usos and Jacob Fatu. I feel like I got to pick up the win here. Probably with Jacob getting the win with the Tongan Death Grip on maybe Solo or Royce, one of the 2. Could be even LA Knight, but I got Fatu picking up the win for the Bloodline anyways.
So, as I was saying, it can go one of two ways. Either the Solo Dolo team wins, or Royce turns on Solo, which both could happen. So do I take the safe bet, or do I go with the more shocking bet because I'm behind in points is the question. I think I have to go for the most shocking.
You're not that far behind.
How far am I behind?
So right now, on this set, you are only one match behind because I'm 13-3 and you're 12-4. And Eddie's 11-5. Going into these two shows.
Oh, it's such a hard decision. I feel like there's going to be. I feel like there's going to be a different match where I can make up the points on. So I'm going to take the safe bet and say Bloodline wins. Yeah.
And you feel like that is with a Royce Keys turn?
I want it to be, but it could just be straight up too.
Possible. I just don't see why they... It's just hard for me to see any reason why Keys and Knight and Sikoa would end up getting the win and kind of derailing the momentum of the new Bloodline, the new version of the Bloodline.
True.
That's what I'm thinking, so... Oops, not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. We'll see if I shock you with my pick for the next match once I get it up here in a moment. We're going from the 6-man tag over to the 6-woman tag. As we've got the Hall of Famers, Nikki and Brie, the Bella twins, teaming up with Paige against the Upstarts on Friday Night SmackDown. The women's tag team champions, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed, along with JC Jane, Fatal Influence. So this one doesn't have, I mean, it has build to it. I mean, obviously, since at Saturday Night's main event, the tag titles switched hands. Nikki's just got brought back into it last week on SmackDown to actually make the match happen. I have a feeling I know where you're going to go with this one. So I'll let you take the prediction-wise from there first. But what do you think of what we've seen from Fatal Influence so far since they've debuted on Friday Night SmackDown in leading up into this match?
Well, I hate JC Jane. The redhead's okay, but you know I've always been a fan of Fallon Henley. I love me some Fallon.
That's true.
Even before they had got the tag titles, they had momentum. And they even have more momentum going forward since they got the tag titles. True. I don't think you kill this momentum yet. With that being said, I think one of two things can happen here. Fatal Influence wins straight up. Or the Bellas turn on Paige for losing the titles. Either way, Fatal Influence wins.
Well, I agree with you that Fatal Influence does have a lot of momentum right now. I wanted, honestly, to see JC Jane in that women's ladder match for the interim women's championship, but
yeah,
it makes sense why she didn't end up in it because of this match. I know you're not a fan of JC Jane. I've never been that huge of a fan, but I I will say she has improved a lot in the ring over the last year or so, in my opinion. Now, I can't stand her voice for the most part, though, still. But I also am agreeing with you, and you took my prediction right away from me with you mentioning it. I feel like it's either happening during the match or after the match, but I feel like the Bella Twins are turning on Paige. Fatal Influence is getting the win in the 6-woman tag team match.
I thought you said you were going to shock me.
So we both. Well, I thought you probably figured I'd go with the Bellas and Paige to win, so I said possibly shock you. But now, Fatal Influence is on a roll right now, and I don't see that stopping here. So they could do a feel good moment for Nikki since she's just coming back from injury, but
right.
I just don't see that happening though. All right, this one was tough for me, anyways. The next match, we got the Ring General, the career killer himself, Gunther, going up against the now, at the moment, former SmackDown general manager. It almost sounded like he could be back in as SmackDown general manager after this. But anyways, the national treasure himself, because he has said in interviews over the last day or two that he will be wearing national treasure gear. So that is great that we'll be seeing that in his NWA gear pretty much. Nick Aldis getting his first ever match in WWE. So it has been quite the build up to this match. As I said, this is going to be Nick Aldis' first ever match in WWE. I'm looking forward to seeing it at Mafia.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to see this once Gunther got traded, I guess you could say, over or picked up anyways by SmackDown. But the build up to it's been good with the whole Gunther getting screwed and feeling like that Nick Aldis was the reason for it. I loved the belt shot at Saturday night's main event from Aldis, and that Aldis has gotten a little more physical. Unfortunately, Adam Pearce got involved in the way and made it so that Nick Aldis ended up getting put through the table during the contract signing last week. But this is going to be a really great match, I have a feeling, even though Aldis hasn't wrestled in 3 years.
Right.
So what's your opinion on the whole build-up to this match and what's leading up to Nick's first match in 3 years?
My opinion of the match is the fact that I wish it was a different opponent for his first match back wrestling. I get why it's Gunther, because Gunther's a dick. But it could have more of a build. I know there's still probably going to be something that happens tonight, but based on past shows, past go home shows, right? The person that's really getting their butt kicked, usually 8 times out of 10, is the one that wins the match at the pay-per-view. And mainly we've seen that being, I'm not going to call him all this, I'm going to call him by what I know him as, Magnus. And so in order to flip that, if we're going down that route, if Gunther was truly going to win this match, which most likely he will, Magnus would have to do something huge tonight to make it even believable.
Right.
But I feel like, once again, it can only end one of two ways. Either Gunther wins as clean as possible, or Gunther does not listen to the referees and gets disqualified, and Magnus wins. Both are very fair options. And especially with the rivalry going, I could see the DQ being more of the better option. But I'm going to stand my ground and say that the Dick, the baby shark, whatever the hell you want to call the Austrian piece of shit, is most likely is. I'm going to say he's going to win.
Yeah, like I said, this one was tough for me because, again, it's Nick Aldis' first match in WWE ever. It's his first match in 3 years. But when you look at his career, the matches he's had in TNA, the matches he had in AEW, he was, you can't go without mentioning, one of the longest reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champions of all time. At one point, not that long ago. And Nick is still a young guy, really, too, compared to most of these other guys. And he's younger than all 4 of the guys that are main eventing both nights of SummerSlam, tomorrow and Sunday.
Not to mention he has a hot wife.
He's only in his mid. That he does. Mickie James is very hot. I really want to say that I'm picking Nick Aldis to win here. However, I do have to agree with you. Like I said, I went back and forth. My heart wants to see Nick Aldis win, but my brain's telling me Gunther is going to walk out with the victory. So I'm picking Gunther to beat Nick Aldis at SummerSlam tomorrow night. I hate to, but I just don't see where exactly they go with Gunther from here if he loses to Nick Aldis. Aldis can take the loss.
Right.
So. All right. That leaves 2 more matches on Saturday, including this next one. I don't think you'll like this match at all, John.
I might surprise you with my prediction.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll see. You might. All right. So we got the rematch from the Queen of the Ring finals, as we've got the Queen of the Ring herself, Io Sky, going up against the WWE Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. And no, I'm not going to say it how she says it. Let me point out the fact that it's 100 days and counting. It's just over 100 days now that Liv Morgan has been the Women's World Champion. Her title defenses in that 100+ days, a big old goose egg, 0. She has not defended the title once until tomorrow night, that is, at SummerSlam. Io has the victory over Queen of the Ring. Decent build leading up to this match, including the seeing these two involved in the Women's Intercontinental title match this past Monday, where Raquel Rodriguez defeated Sol Ruca to win the Intercontinental Championship. Kudos to Raquel on that, because she was a bloody mess and got her nose busted pretty good during that match. But what do you think of the whole build up to this match and where it's leading to?
Well, let's be realistic here. It's had a terrible build up because this was not the match we were supposed to get. The match we were supposed to get was Io and Rhea, but Rhea had an injury, so they had to deviate, and we're getting Io versus Liv. And
True.
Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a decent match, but it's not the match we want.
Right.
Which means if you have to deviate and say someone is clear, it'd be a good opportunity to bring someone back so Io has someone in her corner, or because you know the number game is going to be effective.
Right.
So, God, I really want Io to win. I really do. But I don't think we're gonna implode the Judgment Day yet. So I think Liv Morgan retains. And then when the three try to beat up on Io after the match, I feel like that's when Vicar's music will hit. And that'll set up the rematch between Stephanie and Liv.
You know, you didn't really surprise me because I would have been surprised if you went the other way around. Liv's your girl, so.
No, Stephanie's my girl. Liv's the ex-bitch.
Well, yeah.
And Fallon's the side piece.
True. But you did surprise me a little bit that you took my idea right from me as it comes to why I feel like Liv Morgan is going to retain the title. Because I do feel like Stephanie's returning as well. And it's going to build up to that rematch between those two from WrestleMania. So
right.
You took that from me. But yes, all along I thought Io was going to win the title, but just recently I'm like, nah, I just don't, like you said, I don't see the implosion of Judgment Day quite yet.
Not till Money in the Bank.
Roxanne's got it. That'd be a perfect time to do it. But you mentioned the pivot and how it was originally supposed to be Io versus Rhea. What if they do have Io win here and then eventually in Saudi, when they do their champion versus champion show, we end up getting Io versus Rhea there. Io as women's world champion, Rhea as the women's champion.
But there's no guarantee Rhea's going to come back and have the title. Right? I mean, she'll get the title match, but we don't know when she's going to come back, though.
That's true. We'll see what happens. I could see it going either way, but like we both said, I just feel like right now is not the time to fully break up the Judgment Day, and Liv's going to more likely go into a rematch with Stephanie out of this. So.
Yeah.
All right. Some people have said they feel like this next match is the main reason that people are more so buying tickets for Saturday than what they're buying for Sunday, because this is the first time ever match in well, not first time ever, I guess, but first time for the title. It's a huge match that people have been wanting to see. That, of course, being the main event of SummerSlam Saturday. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the best in the world, CM Punk, one-on-one for the undisputed WWE Championship. They've been brothers. They've been friends. I hate you. I like you. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much what we've gotten over the last couple of weeks. Same old shit, kind of, in a way, from Cody when it comes to the promos. At least Punk calls him out on it. But I'm a big fan of both of these guys, as everybody knows, I'm sure. I'm wearing one guy in particular shirt, even though that's an old shirt because it's from the other company, but it kind of tells you who I'm going with anyways, in the end. But what do you think of the whole rivalry leading up to this match? Cody, of course, kind of talked his way into this match and didn't have to really fully earn it, but here we are. We get the match that was originally scheduled to take place at WrestleMania next year, and they're bumping it up to SummerSlam instead.
Why would Cody have to do anything? He's the golden boy. He can just open his mouth, show up, say, what's going on? Oh, here's a title shot. That's what's going on. Man, I'm getting more sick of Cody Rhodes the longer he is with the company because he's becoming that crybaby the Rock always called him. And it's getting pathetic. I thought I was watching the American Nightmare, not Stardust, not undashing Cody Rhodes. No, we're apparently watching the All-American Bitch. And then we got, on the other hand, let me cue Danhausen for a second. Yes, Pepsi Phil. I mean, Punk probably considered one of the biggest traders in wrestling, but has come back and yes, had a slow start. I mean, the fans wanted him back, but he's grown such a fan base that he didn't have before, that people didn't know him on WWE then. But since he's come back, he's grown such a fan base. And it's like he's like he always was. He's the anti-Golden Boy. The emo kid. The one that
Yeah.
the popular kids would always be scared to mess with, because he was different. He was the alternative option. But so it's just like you're putting these two together, and you're basically getting the Golden Boy, whiny popular kid that gets whatever he wants by putting his mouth, and the alternative kid that's actually had to show up and do something to get it. And if we're going back to high school days says Cody Rhodes wins this match. This ain't high school. This is the real world. He's going to be crying more, and he's going to finally give us that heel turn when he gets pinned 1-2-3 by the greatest wrestling name out of the city of Chicago, CM Punk, aka Pepsi Phil.
Yes. Chick Magnet Punk, if you will. Great way you put it. I'll just say this. I agree with you that I got CM Punk walking out with the championship. But I'm going to play a little what if here when it comes to the end of this match, perhaps after the match. Because I seen today reports of not one, but two names who last we knew were part of the SmackDown roster that are expected to return. One, more than likely this week, and the other very, very soon, potentially this week, if not within the next couple weeks. So what if at the end of this match, whether it be before the match is over or afterwards, CM Punk, I'm going to say after, CM Punk's celebrating his victory over Cody Rhodes, and then we get the return. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know if you know which one I'm going with here, but we'll see.
But either you're going with three deadly letters, or I'm going with 1, 2, 3 with a kick out of nowhere.
Well, potentially. Now, I'm not going with the three deadliest letters because I don't think it's possible, but I'm going to go with the other guy that we haven't seen in like 18 months on WWE other than on Raw and SmackDown. Because I think we see a kick, yes, and then we see a stunner as we get the return of Kevin Owens after this match, leading up to KO versus CM Punk. I'd be fine with the RKO too, but because those two guys are both supposed to be returning in the very near future.
I thought that we were
both happen.
Yeah, but KO wouldn't be the next title match if he comes back.
I could see him being the next title match.
I thought night two was the number one contenders match for the title.
Does that always mean anything?
No.
Could be a triple threat match for that matter.
Well, now that you bring that up, I don't feel bad about my pick.
Punk.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Should be an interesting end to Saturday's SummerSlam. Either way it turns. Like there's rumors that they could. I mean, usually at SummerSlam we've been getting returns every year, so lately. All right. Well, the person who's here that I was going to give this opportunity to isn't. We're going to do a little stopping our predictions between the two shows. And I'm going to bring up the sponsors real quick, but I want to, get some information before I do that. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. That was what I wanted. All right. So we do now have 3 sponsors to the show that Eddie has gotten us. So the first one, you see the QR code there for Funky Punk. To go to their Facebook page where it says, we promote eco-friendly style habits by recycling and reselling. They are located, Funky Punk, 173 West Clay Avenue here in Muskegon. If you go in and tell them that you came from Tiger Talks Wrestling or Tiger Sports, they'll give you, I believe it's a 5% discount on your entire purchase. So we'd like to thank Funky Punk. And the next one is, I know Eddie would probably plug it a little more than that with whatever, but he's not here, so I'm just throwing out a little bit of information. The other sponsor we did have a video for. I'm not going to try and get that to play because I never know if they're going to work that well on here. Now the QR code you see there is for Philanthropy, Muskegon's first low-waste refillery and sustainable goods shop. Ethically sourced, refillable home and body essentials and reusable goods, located at 175 West Clay Avenue as well. Please go into Philanthropy. Again, tell them that you're there from Tiger Talks Wrestling, and they will give you, I believe, as well, a 5% discount on your purchase. Lastly, last plug here is for Daisy Luck. One of Eddie's friends, Daisy, is also located in Muskegon here. I'll bring it up here real quick. Whoops. It actually went to her page instead of to the where I wanted it to. That's what I wanted. Well, they're a thrift and consignment store, Daisy Luck, and they are located at 500 West Western Avenue here in Muskegon. So go into Daisy Luck as well. Tell them that you were sent by Tiger Talks Wrestling, and they'll give you a discount as well. So we thank all 3 of them sponsors for being sponsors of Tiger Talks Wrestling and Tiger Sports. That was my plugs for them. Get it out of the way. That last one, Daisy Luck had talked with Eddie about potentially making a retro shirt with all 3 of us on it as well. And we'll see if that happens because we'd have to actually get together at some point in time to do that. So,
right.
All right. Now back from that, back into our predictions here. What's one, before I go on to Sundays, what's one thing that you're looking forward to, or match at least, that you're looking forward to the most when it comes to tomorrow's show?
100% the Hell in a Cell match. It's a Hell in a Cell match. And you got 2 behemoths. 100% of the match I'm looking forward to.
Yes. I would agree with that. That's why I say it should have been the main event, in my opinion. But then again, I also said their second match should have been the main event of that show. So,
right.
That and seeing how the title matches play out will be the most interesting things on that show, in my opinion. We'll see if there's any returns. We do know, before we dive into this, of one specific return that will happen on Monday Night Raw, the night after SummerSlam Sunday. I believe he's a man that's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Big Cass. What are your thoughts, before we dive into the predictions for this, of the vignettes we've seen leading up to Big Cass's return that's going to be happening on Raw Monday night.
Well, it's changed somewhat in my prediction on a match that we got for night 2 because I thought he might help kind of, keep the match fair. But we'll get to that match in a little bit.
I think I know. Yep.
But you can't forget. Yes, he's debuting. He's returning on Monday. Doesn't mean someone else that he's closely related to could be there to help on Sunday.
True. It'll be interesting to see because I know everybody's been wondering where he's at too. But
I just hope they book Big Cass better than they did last run.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, him and Enzo should have been tag team champions probably a couple times at least.
Oh, 100%.
But then when he went solo, it just was worse booking than when he was with Enzo.
the Daniel Bryan rivalry.
Oh yeah, that went nowhere pretty much. All right, so we'll get into Sunday now, and SummerSlam Sunday, WrestleMania. Yeah, sure, we're going back in time now. SummerSlam Sunday, first match I'm going to go with. Well, it features a hometown boy. As I could see this match easily kicking off SummerSlam Sunday. I will keep on to say WrestleMania. I don't know why, but feel good moment. Two baby faces against each other again. We got Minnesota's own Chad Gable looking for redemption, looking for his first single gold, really, on the main roster. As Chad Gable goes one-on-one with Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. What do you think of the whole, the whole year plus, the whole year that we've seen for Chad Gable, the whole original OG Americano returning at Royal Rumble to now here 8 months later almost, getting this Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam?
Well, I remember saying
really,
this.
You could even go back even further because Gable was his first opponent.
Right. I remember saying this. As soon as he returned at the Rumble as OG El Grande, I said that, well, I hope he's done with this gimmick because I feel like if he's done with this gimmick, he's going to have a title match at SummerSlam because in Minnesota. And then when he got unmasked, I was like, oh, so we could get this push. And then they named the people in this gauntlet match. And I was on another buddy's live on TikTok, and I was like, I bet you this is where Gable gets that push. And once you know Gable wins this gauntlet match, we're getting Gable versus Penta, which was the same match as Penta's debut. But it's different. This is not the same Gable Death versus Penta on Penta's debut. It's a totally different Gable, a more focused Gable, a Gable that is here to make his hometown proud. And let me tell you, as much as I love Penta with that title, it's going to be so great to see Chad, Shorty G. Gable, holding that title up as an IC champion in Minnesota.
Shorty G. I don't think I'll ever live that one down.
No.
I don't think I'll ever forget that one. But yeah, this match is a year and a half build to it, pretty much, because as we mentioned, Penta's first match was January 5th or 6th, whichever day it was, of last year on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, and it was against Chad Gable. They had a great match then. Penta ended up getting the upper hand and picked up the victory there. they've done so many things since then. Gable went from being a jerk, really, towards the Alpha Academy to becoming so obsessed with luchadors that he became a luchador, if you will. Became the OG El Grande Americano, to getting injured, being on the shelf, coming back as the OG Americano, having the great match with the other El Grande Americano in AAA, getting unmasked, and we've seen the redemption arc since then leading up to this match, and that was a really good showing in the gauntlet match for Gable to win to get to this Intercontinental Championship match. With all that said, feel good story, hometown boy. I got to agree with you. I don't see any other outcome than Chad Gable walking out of Minnesota as your new Intercontinental Champion. Finally winning the title that's eluded him for so long. Because we wanted to see it when he faced Gunther in Minnesota, and it didn't happen. But I feel like this time it's definitely his time to win the gold in his hometown. All right. Where does Penta go from here, though, after losing the Intercontinental Championship?
World title picture.
Maybe. Go ahead.
World title picture.
You think so?
Yeah.
It could be interesting. I was going to say maybe we get a reunion between him and Rey Fenix, but. That could be too. All right. So we go from one title match. Every match on Sunday does have a stipulation or a title to it. So we go from one title match to another title match, the other mid-card title match. I got so much to say about this. We got Trick Williams defending the United States Championship against that bum-ass Corbin. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see Baron Corbin back. He's a great addition to the SmackDown roster, heel-wise. They needed it. But I've got so many issues with this match. Carmelo Hayes was in the thick of things with Trick Williams. Even had a match with Trick that Corbin interrupted and caused for a double or no contest pretty much. And Carmelo Hayes is getting left off the card. Ilya Dragunov is left off this card. And look at the U.S. title reign he had earlier this year. The Miz isn't on the card. Kate Wilson's not on the card. So many people are not a part of SummerSlam. And Baron Corbin just returns a couple weeks ago and gets thrown right into this match. I just don't want to agree with that at all. It at least should have been a triple threat, if not a fatal four-way match with Ricky Saints involved, in my opinion. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I'm not a huge fan of Trick versus Corbin. I feel like it should have been more than just one-on-one.
I agree with you. It shouldn't have been. It's going to be probably the worst match of the night.
What's your opinion? You think so? I mean, considering the other match, the next match we'll be talking about, I don't know, but we'll see. You just want to go right into your pick for this match? So I have a feeling it sounds like you don't have much else to say about it.
Yup. Tricky Trick, Willy Wonka with the lemon pepper steppers. Retaining. Retaining.
So I can see Baron Corbin eventually winning the U.S. title off of Trick Williams, but I feel like SummerSlam's not going to be the spot. I agree with you. I got Trick Williams retaining the United States Championship here. Maybe with a little help from Carmelo Hayes, because Melo's going to want some revenge after Corbin interfered in the match between Trick and Melo. But like I said, so many things I could say more about the people not involved in SummerSlam and people that are, but I'll digress for now. All right. Next match. You might have had an idea of what match I was going with next with what I said, but we got Danhausen versus the AAA Mega Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, in a Human Monies on a Pole match. I agree with that shake of the head. What do you got for this one, John?
Trying to think who is going to come out and help Danhausen win this match. Because we're not going to have Danhausen lose this match. So the question is, you got to think, they're in Minnesota. Is it going to be a basketball player? They're going to go down that route again. Could it be a hockey player? Could it be a baseball player, a football player? Football seems more relevant. Could it be like a Justin Jefferson? Could it be
probably
no, JJ McCarthy would just get hurt. Can't be him.
That's true.
Could it be a TJ Hawkinson? He'll probably get a concussion just showing up. Maybe it might not be. I mean, Justin Jefferson makes obvious sense. But I mean, it's like
he's been involved in the.
But I'm trying to think, what other route could they go with? Is there any former wrestlers from Minnesota that are still alive?
A certain governor, but I don't know that he can get involved.
Yeah. Are we talking about Jesse?
Yeah. He's too old to get involved, really, but
I'm trying to think. So, what ties would Danhausen have with someone in Minnesota? Nothing's really popping as like. Clearly, we knew a Nick was going to be a part of it in this last match. But it's like, what could they go? Like, what could someone is? Danhausen is winning this.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Danhausen's definitely winning.
Dominic Mysterio is a little punk ass bitch. So we're not letting him win this match. We're not letting him beat the fan favorite. So I don't know where to go from this because we all know Danhausen is not going to be able to climb up and get it off the pole. Someone is going to have to help him. And that's why originally I thought, oh, Big Cass would be perfect. No ties to Minnesota, but he's 7 foot tall.
Right.
So it's just like, and then any like wrestler from Minnesota is already technically in matches.
Yep. Brock and Chad.
Oh, you're missing one.
Who am I missing?
Woman.
Unless you're going female wise, but I don't care about her, so we're not even going to mention that. We will, but not right now.
So I'm going to stick with my gut. Someone is helping. I can't tell you who it is. Maybe it's finally. Maybe it's Jelly Roll. I don't know. Danhausen. Danhausen's winning.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's been a couple matches now where you feel like somebody was going to return to help Danhausen, and then they've gone with celebrities instead.
Yeah.
Like at Saturday Night's Main Event, they use Kat to do it, a basketball player. And you thought that would have been where somebody else would have came in, but no. I feel like maybe Big Cass shows up a day early and does help Danhausen. Maybe the other person that Big Cass is friends with comes out and helps out Danhausen to make his return since he hasn't been part of those videos. Who knows?
Maybe Ray comes out.
But either way, maybe Ray gets involved. Who knows? It could happen. Anyway, I feel like Joe Hendry will probably get involved, obviously, since that was part of that whole segment on Raw Monday. But Danhausen gets the win either way, like you said, and I'm agreeing with it. Just don't see how it doesn't end that way. He'll keep Dom's money.
Trying to run the gauntlet, man.
Oops, I gotta go the other way, apparently.
Right.
Trying to run a gauntlet.
Yeah. I'm all about trying to run a gauntlet.
Nice. Well, the next match, quite an interesting match. You kind of brought it up a little bit ago. The number one contenders for the United Undisputed WWE Championship match. We got the former champion, a guy who has been doing what you called Cody earlier, crying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Justice for Sammy, well, justice for Finn too, for that matter. Two guys who, in my opinion, really need to pick up the win here. Only one of them can. We got Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Winner goes on to face the undisputed WWE champion in the near future. Who knows when exactly, but there hasn't been a lot of build to this match. I mean, last week Finn won a fatal 4-way match to get into this match. Sammy, of course, the former champion. The whole CM Punk return after Cody gets injured by Gunther leads to CM Punk winning the title and Sammy being all upset because he lost the title the way he did.
Right.
Not much else to take away from that. Finn's been on quite the roll since he went over to SmackDown. Sammy was on a roll, was a WWE champion briefly. What do you think we end up getting out of this match? And how do you feel going into the match about these two facing each other? I mean, we know it's going to be a great match because Finn and Sammy have wrestled before, and it's always a really good match. But
it's going to definitely be in the top 3 matches of the night. One of the matches we already talked about is probably going to be in there, being Gable and Penta will probably be in the top 3 matches of the night as well. But back to this match.
Yeah.
I want Finn. I want Finn to win this so bad. However, Punk took the title off Sammy. So Sammy is going to somehow get a win here with possibly a returning Kevin Owens helping and become number one contender to get a shot back at his title from Punk. So I'm going Sammy.
Now, I know I don't have to do this because I'm the one in the lead right now. But I'm looking at things and thinking, man, it's only a 1-match differential. And we're picking all the same so far. But, man. This one, like the Aldis and Gunther match, I'm kind of torn on. I want to see Finn, but I also feel I understand where Sammy's coming from and think that he should get a rematch too. But for the sake of just being different, I'm going to go with somehow, some way, Finn Balor walks out as the number one contender for the Undisputed Championship. Give Sammy more of a reason to complain. Whether or not it's cheating or not, but I'm going to go Finn. Because I'd love to see Finn Balor and CM Punk one more time. I know we just seen it a couple times earlier this year, but...
Right.
But I could also see where, like I mentioned, could see a Punk KO Sammy triple threat match too. Who knows? But I'll stick with Finn Balor though. All right. All righty. So that brings us to this match. The Fatal 5-Way ladder match to crown the interim WWE Women's Champion. Of course, tonight will determine the fifth person in the match as we got, I believe it's Julia going one-on-one with Lash Legend for that final spot. To join Minnesota's own Tacky Time herself, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Jade Cargill, and of course the Queen, Charlotte Flair. This match, of course, came about because Rhea Ripley is out injured still. She is expected to be back soon. They just don't know how soon. So they're going to crown an interim women's champion for now, and then the interim champion will face Rhea to determine an undisputed champion at some point down the line.
So remind me,
what have you thought of the build to this match? I mean, you got two women. I picked Finn. You picked Sammy.
Okay.
Keep in mind for this match, Chelsea and Tiffany are partners. They could always play off of what happened the last time those two were in a ladder match. Of course, Chelsea was at the top of the ladder. Tiffany ended up knocking her off through tables outside the ring. Could see something similar to that. But then you, of course, got Jade and Charlotte here that are rivals. Building off of how Jade took out Alexa's elbow arm area. So a lot to go with on that. What do you think of the build up to this match, where it's heading? If you want to give your prediction, go for it. If you want me to give mine first, I don't care either. So.
I mean, it's been an interesting build up. I have two names in my head, but I would like to hear what you got first.
So to me, I mean, Nia Jax has been screwed. She got disqualified both of the matches she was in, so I could see her somehow getting involved. I think Lash Legend probably is going to win tonight over Julia in getting this match. But I don't think it's going to matter who wins tonight because I don't feel like they're winning this ladder match anyway. I don't think Chelsea or Tiffany's winning this match. I think it comes down to two people, either Jade or Charlotte Flair. And that's probably the same two people you're figuring as well. Either one of those two that wins, if they're still the champion come time Rhea returns, we're getting a rematch because we've seen Rhea versus Jade. We've seen Rhea versus Charlotte in the past. It's tricky because we've seen Jade more recently against Rhea. We haven't seen this version of Charlotte versus Rhea before, though. I think I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair walking out as the interim women's champion, winning this ladder match.
So from what I've been reading, the two names that I was going back and forth on were Charlotte and Chelsea.
Oh, really?
Yes. Been a lot of people talking about how Chelsea could do this.
I would love to see it, but I just don't feel like it.
But when you think about it, you also got to think, what is Rhea coming back to? How long is Rhea going to be gone? And
right.
Is this person that wins this still going to have that title when this happens?
True.
So my question is, do I go for the win or do I go for a tiebreaker? What would the tiebreaker be?
It's a good question because we haven't decided a tiebreaker. We haven't run into that issue. And it could be a three-way tie for that matter because we don't know who Eddie's picking for any of these matches.
Eddie's not making up that many points.
He's only 2 behind me, 1 behind you.
True.
Going into SummerSlam for this 4 months.
You want to know what? Screw it. Let's risk it and get the biscuit. Give me new champion Chelsea Green.
Okay. I don't know if I see it happening, but I wouldn't be opposed to it if it did. So,
and I'll even go one step further. If it pulls off, Chelsea becomes champion, and I end up winning this time. Please give me a Chelsea Green shirt.
Oh, I will remember that one.
I still want Oba though from the last one.
I don't even know if Eddie's gotten you your shirt yet from that one.
I don't even know if Eddie's gotten you your shirt from your last one.
I don't know either from the end of the year.
Yeah. See, I got Eddie's shirt and I got your shirt.
Well, I got one of the two. I just haven't gotten you yours yet.
That's fair.
I will. I got it up soon, but we discussed that already. So,
Right.
All right. That brings us to the main event of WrestleMania, SummerSlam rather, Sunday. It's a WrestleMania worthy match. They're calling it pretty much the final chapter as the Brothers at Arms go at it one last time, supposedly, even though I don't know how they can really play off of that because neither one of them's set to retire anytime in the near future that I know of, and we know how WWE does things. Although I will say, they did say Cena and Orton would have they did have one more match after they supposedly had their last match when Cena's farewell tour, so they don't stick to those anyways. So, but anyhow, we got Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. First time, of course, the build-up is there. We've got the whole Shield dissolving, all the years of Roman Reigns getting beat by Seth freaking Rollins because Roman has never beaten Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match. And that all leads us to this. So I'm gonna take this one first again, like I did with the last match, but just because I'm playing off the build up to it. We've seen over the last couple weeks, of course, Roman's been on there every other week, again as usual lately, and Seth Rollins has gotten the better of Roman both shows that he's been on, other than Saturday night's main event. Seth has ended up getting the stomp in, getting the better of Roman. To me, I've said it since I've seen this match put together for SummerSlam. This is where, to me, Roman Reigns finally gets over the hump, if you will. Roman Reigns picks up the win over Seth freaking Rollins here. I think he does it clean, too. I don't think we get any involvement from the Bloodline. What says you on the whole build up to this match and this match itself, John?
Let me just jump right to the catch here. Like you said, Roman has not beaten Seth. The last time these two had a title match, Seth won by disqualification. Seth has been that thorn in his side. Mm-hmm. And at the end, when the match is over, He is a revolutionary. He is a visionary. And he has finally lost to Roman Reigns. Give me Roman for the retain. I had you going on that one, didn't I?
You had me thinking a little bit there, yeah. Now, so then the question is, do you feel like I said, it's going to be a clean victory? Or do you think somebody's going to get involved to help Roman?
I feel like we're going to have another vision issue.
How so?
I think there's going to be a ref bump. And even though they're supposedly done, the feud is over. I think Braun Breaker gets involved. Well, Seth's about to win the match, and Roman takes advantage of it. And I think it could set it up to Roman versus Braun for a title.
Wow, that could be interesting. What if it's not Braun, and what if it's a different member of the Vision, though?
I swear to God, if you're talking Logan,
member of the Vision.
Oh, okay, that one I'd be okay with. The Osceola is fine.
Yeah, that's who I was referring to. We don't need Logan Paul and Roman Reigns again. We've had that a couple times.
Oh, I thought you were referring to Austin Theory.
I mean,
Maxine's bitch.
No, I wasn't referring to either. Well, that's another few people that are not on the SummerSlam card too that kind of irks me, but especially Breaker not being on the SummerSlam card. More so than the rest, but
right.
Roman is scheduled to be on shows quite a bit, pretty much going forward. Too, I did notice August, September, and October. So we haven't seen the last of Roman Reigns after SummerSlam. He's still sticking around for the rest of the summer and into the fall, it looks like. That's part of the reason I figure he's not losing the world title to Seth Rollins tomorrow night. Sunday night, rather. Besides the fact that he's got to beat Seth Rollins finally.
No, he's going to lose it to Penta, who wins Money in the Bank, and Penta's going to cash in at Money in the Bank, and Penta's going to be a world champion.
Maybe not. We'll see what happens in October when that comes around.
Could you imagine Solo wins Money in the Bank and cashes in at the pay-per-view on Roman? Solo Dolo
at
world champ?
Somebody else. It'd be interesting, that's for sure.
Right.
So you mentioned a tiebreaker. I'm thinking one thing we could do for a tiebreaker, as I mentioned earlier, there's been returns the last several years at debuts or returns, mostly returns at SummerSlam. How about we do that? How many returns we think there will be at SummerSlam? And then with that, whoever is either on or closest to would get the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Over.
I'll let you choose first.
So I'm going to go just returns. I'm not saying anything about debuts. I mean, there's been talks of potentially like a debut from Zilla Fatu, but there's been talks of that for over a year now. I know, right? I'm going to go with 3. I think we could potentially see 3 returns.
You know what? I'm gonna risk it. Give me 4.
Do you want to know who my 3 are?
Your 3 are probably in the same group of mine, but yeah.
Stephanie, Randy, and Kevin.
We have almost the exact same, but how about you add Bronson onto that? And we got 4.
Nice. It's possible.
We shall see. Not that you and I need it, because with me going Chelsea, we'll have a winner.
We'll see about that.
Right. I'm saying because if Sammy wins, we'd be tied. And then it would come down to whoever has the ladder match to win. But let me tell you, if Chelsea Green wins this, I'd be like, what the fuck?
It could happen.
Right.
You just know you'd get a Chelsea shirt from me more than likely. Huh?
That's fine. I'll wear it with proud.
I still got that priest shirt here for Eddie if I ever get
Yeah. I still got his Jey Uso shirt here.
Yeet.
Yeet. Ugh.
All right. So what is before I get that going? SummerSlam Sunday then. Since I asked about Saturday.
I mean, it's either Rollins and Reigns, or for me, it's probably going to be the match that most likely kick it off. Gable and Penta. I think it's going to be one of the most technician matches that we're going to see, and it is going to be a beautiful match to watch.
I agree. It should be good. Should be really good. That's the countdown clock just stopped. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I look forward to it on Sunday. Ladder match could be interesting. We had a ladder match at SummerSlam last year that stole the show. Of course, those were the tag teams involved. None of the tag teams involved in SummerSlam this year, but it happens. Be interesting to see what happens both nights. Looking forward to it. Of course, we got SmackDown starting here in about 11 minutes. The final stop before SummerSlam. And then SummerSlam starts 6 p.m. Eastern time, of course, both Saturday and Sunday. Kickoff shows at 3. Countdown show, whatever you want to call it. We'll be back here. Oh, geez. In September, I believe, is their next premium live event, because I don't think they've. No, October. I think for Money in the Bank, because I don't think they have PLE in September. I think Sunday night's main event.
Originally, Money in the Bank was scheduled for like the 6th of September, and then it got changed to the October 10th.
Right. So we're probably back. The next prediction show will probably be with that, but I'll probably come on here, Eddie and I, at least, if nothing else, to do some Tiger sports, if not more Tiger Talks wrestling stuff too. But
well, not to mention we got just to skip away from college football, so I'll be involved.
Right. Well, we do need to get probably sometime this next week. We'll try to get an episode of Tiger Sports in as well, because, of course, this upcoming Monday, baseball wise is the trade deadline. So
yes,
we will have to get on here and discuss the trades that happened and how we think each team looks going forward after the trade deadline's over.
that is correct.
Heading into go back. All right. But with that being said, for John, I am Tony. This has been Tiger Talks Wrestling, and we will catch you guys next time we take you out. I'm gonna make sure that's gonna be up here the right way.